Hey Trenches family, we really miss you a lot. We just wanted to reach out to everybody during this time. Hope everybody's doing well. Not going to ask you what you need because we're kind of all asking each other what we need, but tell you what we have to offer. So we have been, publishing the at-home workouts. We now have the fun bingo challenge. I love seeing everybody's hashtags. Trenches to Casa. But we're going to give a little bit more information via these channels going forward. I know PC advertised today that we're offering equipment too. Please pick it up because then we can use it during the at-home workouts too. Everybody can get a little bit more going with them. I'm going to be reaching out to people if they want any, just to chat about nutrition when we're under stress and how we can do that. We'll do that in a Zoom meeting. And we're holding up to have a couple Zoom workouts together on Saturdays just so we can give each other some virtual high fives. But for today, what I wanted to go over first is tomorrow or Monday's virtual workout or workout from home. What we have is Annie, which is 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, double unders, and then sit-ups. Okay, so after you do Annie, you'll do rest for 5 minutes, and then you're going to go into 5 rounds for time, 7 push-ups, 8 hollow rocks, and 8 jumping lunges. If those lunges bother your knees, you can go into walking lunges. And if that doesn't work for you, we'll just go into step. We want you to go fast during Annie. Okay, so for instance, if you're really struggling with your double unders, cut these back. Okay, do like 30, 20, 10, 10, 10, or 40, 30, 20, 10, 10. But I don't want you, this shouldn't be a 20-minute workout where you're doing your double unders 1 or 2 at a time. Okay, so if you have those double unders, but you're still developing them consistently, cut back the amount. If you don't have the double unders, but you need to develop them, so we don't want you just falling back to doubling with singles, okay? What I want you to do is we can do big singles or penguin hops and double that number. So it would be 100 big singles or penguin hops, 80, 60, 40, and 20. Sit-ups, most of you can do sit-ups if there's any issue with that, and you need to work on that core stability, for instance, but your back bothers you, then go with a hollow rock or via hollow rock for that. Instead, if you're just still working on developing a nice, good, strong sit-up, then you can use a pole and a rope and get some sit-up assistance in there. For your round for time, the 5 rounds for time, so you want to move quickly through this, but we want good quality work, okay? So if the strength portion of those push-ups is missing, you can elevate that push-up or you can cut back. If you've gotten your push-ups and they're really strong, you just don't have 7 in you, then do 5, okay? Hollow rocks, I'm going to go over a couple scaling options when we do the demos of bringing those legs in or bringing your arms in so you can keep that core nice and tight. Okay, so for our warm-ups today, first I want to go over what we're going to do here with the ankles. We'll go over a little bit with the shoulders, and I want to activate your glutes and hamstrings before you get going on the workout. And then to actually get everything moving really quick before Annie, we're going to do 5 fast singles, 5 penguin hops, 5 big singles, and then you're going to go into up to 20 double unders or as many as you can just to get that going, okay? When we're done with the workout, we have a cool down. I just want you to roll down your calves and get some shoulder stretch in there so we're ready and fresh for your next workout. Okay, so next thing I want to do is go over that warm-up. So with our ankles, we're going to go over a typical, just come on over to a wall, just like we always do, and bring that foot up nice and high. So you tend to see people like this chatting. I want it nice and high. Bring it up, then bring your hip in, push that big toe through, and then bend your knee a little bit. Keep it bringing that hip in. You should feel this stretch come up and down your calf like that. And you want to smash this calf a little bit just to get that tissue, any knots you have in there, nice. And then if you really want to put some more weight on there, just bring that back and forth. That'll help loosen up those calves. I know, buddy. You gotta stay out of the way, though. Okay, so that's going to be your calf stretch. The next thing I want to do with that, we've got those ankles. Then we're going to go ahead and get a little bit of work with our shoulders, okay? So with the shoulders, just go ahead, come over, up. This way you'll get your shoulders nice and open and get your hips open too. Do that on the other side. Shoulders, a little bit with your shoulders and hips. Go ahead and get that stretch forward with your hands out front. Get that head through, Keep those hips high and opening up your shoulders. Go ahead and put your hand on your back. Bring this down, keeping your hips high the whole time. You're gonna get that on both sides. You can go up to about 10 to 12, just whatever feels good. You wanna open up this cavity here. Okay, so lastly, you've got your ankles, you've got your shoulders. Now we're gonna activate those glutes and hamstrings, guys. So there's a couple ways to do that. We don't have the bands that I like to use. That's something else you can borrow. But you can put your foot on a stool here. It's one of my favorites. So split squats, and down, and up, down, and up, okay? And you should really feel that in your glutes and hamstrings. If that bothers your knees though, go with some bridges. These are classic movement that'll really help you in the long run. Squeeze. You come down, squeeze here, make sure you feel it all through here. If you're feeling it here, then this isn't what's firing up, and this is what you need fired up. So get that jump rope. And again, we can sign out some of the jump ropes, the older jump ropes from the box. So if you don't have one, go ahead and grab one. Now's a perfect time to work on all those skills. So 5 fast singles, 5 penguin hops, and 5 big singles, and as many double unders as you can. Okay, so that's as many as I could do that time. Let's see, so you're gonna do that 3 times. And then we've already talked about, so the double unders into the sit-ups, a good sit-up. Rico. Okay, most of us don't have ab mats at home. I've been using a little towel, just kind of putting it right under my back, and then something under my butt just to protect my butt. So go ahead, put these letters towards you though, if you are lucky enough to have one. Want these nice and close together. Okay, and come back, throw those feet up, and right beyond your toes. Okay, get those shoulders up and break the crease of your hips. So not this, but this. Those are the standards for our sit-ups. So that's Annie. Now you're gonna take a 5-minute rest after you've done all of that. And we're gonna go into our push-ups, hollow rocks, and jumping squats. So push-ups, as Julie, Ursula, and some of our other wonderful coaches have been teaching us, want to stay nice and hollow through the middle, okay? So a good push-up, my hips and my shoulders travel at the same time. So elbows back, chest down, hips and shoulders at the same time. So what we typically see a lot is our hips kind of trailing, okay? Or we see our hips staying in one place. I can't even do this. Okay, so that takes quite a bit of strength, but what we want to see is the hips and shoulders traveling at the same rate with a nice tight core. It's worth the effort. Keep working on it. Been working on it years. It's gotten a lot better, but it's definitely something that when you get that strength, it's going to translate into everything else for you. So 7 good push-ups. If you're not there yet, then elevate that push-up. Okay? Here. Okay, so this way, I can keep this core nice and tight. Okay, if you go to your knees, it's hard to keep that core tight. But if that's what you need to do, just keep working. But in all seriousness, guys, keep those elbows in. This is when you start to see a lot of injuries. It's just not good for your shoulders. For hollow rocks, okay, what we want to do is start here. Excuse me, Rico. Keep that lower back on the ground. Come on over.
Rico.
Okay, come on over.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Right here. And so you see how my lower back's nice on the ground? Then we bring one leg out and then the other. Now when you start feeling that little bit of a curve here or thwunk, okay, that means you're not keeping that lower back, that lower core engaged. What we want to do if that's happening is just bring one of those legs up. It'll lunges, guys. that you need to touch that knee down every time. Okay, and this is for speed. Now, if that bothers your knees, excuse me, what I want you to do is do some step-ups. Okay? Up, I want that heel on there. Back. Let me try. Heel up, drive up, back down. I want that glute hamstring engagement every single time. So not stepping up to the box like this, where your knee comes over your foot, heel up and drive up so you feel it in your butt.